Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to Talking Nerds Podcast. And Merry Crimbus, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
It's still the season.
Merry Christmas to the red part of the map and Happy Holidays to the blue part.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And into the 51st state out there, soon to be. You know, they lost their... They were liberated yesterday from their tyrannical leader.
Canada.
We will soon become super United States. We'll get Canada, we'll get Greenland, we'll get Mexico, we'll get Puerto Rico, and we'll be the United States of North America.
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen. But anyways, welcome back, everybody. How was your Christmas, Buffalo Bick? We actually didn't see each other for Christmas.
Yeah, it was good. Went out to the old PA, the swing state of PA, and
No longer a swing state. Now it's just a red state.
Yeah, I think a big part of that was the Amish. The Amish, I think they probably helped out in this election a lot. But
and they'll never know it.
Yeah, they're private people. But it was good, and
my favorite. I loved seeing those, like the Amish carriages with the Trump flags waving, going through the streets there, just running around.
The horses.
They all have MAGA hats on.
Driving through the towns of Blue Ball and Paradise and Intercourse.
Oh, yes, that's right. Intercourse, Amish land. That's right.
Yep.
I mean, they do a lot of that there, to be fair. So
they're not ashamed. That's the circle of life.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any movies or anything?
Well, we did. We watched a very iconic Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Oh gosh. I know I'm a minority on this, but I can't accept it. I don't know why. I just can't do it.
I was on the fence for a long time, but honestly, they literally play Christmas music like as part of the soundtrack.
It's true. I feel it's such a weird genre, isn't it? Like so many things you could, like, you don't normally debate. Like, is it an action movie? Is it a comedy? Whatever. But if it's slightly got something tiny bit of Christmas in it, it's suddenly a Christmas movie. And it's like,
well, yeah. I mean, Home Alone, you'd say is a Christmas movie, right? But that's really about a kid whose house is getting broken into.
Yeah, but it's different. I don't know. It's got a different vibe to it. I will say I am weird because I'm probably retarded for having that take, but I also think Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, even though it's probably less of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. I still watch it every Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. I was at Christmas here, but I went over to Gracie's parents for New Year's. They binge watched all of Cobra Kai, and I watched from middle of season 4 to end of season 6. Barely, I didn't know a single thing. I just got there and we just started watching. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching this all weekend.
Is that because there was a reboot of that, right?
No, so Cobra Kai is a TV show that is basically a reboot of the Karate Kid movies.
Okay. So, Cobra Kai is the reboot.
So, yeah, Ralph Macchio, Danielson. He's in it. Johnny, who he beats in the first movie, is in it. He's technically the main character, actually. Okay. So Cobra Kai is like the dojo. Yeah, that's what they call it, dojo. That the bad guys that was their dojo in the first movie, and Daniel LaRusso had Mr. Miyagi, the old Japanese guy. So he trained under Mr. Miyagi, who was like a true Japanese samurai warrior. You know, like he knew karate very well, and he beat Cobra Kai in the big competition in that one. In the second one, he goes to Okinawa, Japan, and basically that's where Mr. Miyagi's from. He helps him like there was like a well, I forget why they go there in the first place actually. I've only seen the movies once. But then he gets in a fight with this guy named Chosen, and they fight to the death, and Daniel wins, but he spares him, of course. And then in the third movie, there's this guy called something Silver. What's his first name? I forgot his
Long
first
John.
name. Right. But basically he's a scumbag who is basically trying to he's hired by the sensei of Cobra Kai from the first movie to infiltrate basically Daniel, turn him against Mr. Miyagi, and then basically stab him in the back. And so he pits him up against this other guy in this fight, and Daniel wins. Blah blah blah. So there's Johnny from the first movie. There's Chosen, the Japanese guy in the second movie, and then there's this other guy who I forget his name in the third movie. But basically, all of these characters come back. Johnny reopens Cobra Kai as an adult. Daniel decides to open up his own called Miyagi-Do in honor of Mr. Miyagi. And they're rivals for a while. They all have kids, and the kids are intertwining between these different dojos, but they eventually team up against Silver. Silver comes back. He's an older guy. Chosen is now his friend. The guy from the third movie who was his rival is now his friend. So they're all kind of like teaming up basically against Silver and John Kreese, who was the sensei of Cobra Kai in the original. So basically the last season ends where they're in Spain at this worldwide international karate convention or competition. And the last episode, there's heat. You know, it's such a dramatic show. There's so much drama. They're always fighting each other. It's like karate is the only thing that exists in these people's life. They're always fighting in public and everything. So, anyways, it's like a CW show. Honestly, it feels like a little more high quality, but so basically tensions are high, and then everybody gets in this giant fight. Everything like competition is like, screw it, rules don't matter anymore. Everybody's just fighting. There's just hundreds of people fighting with karate, and then somebody dies at the very end of the episode, and that's it for season 6. So then the final episodes come out in February. It's like 4 or 5 episodes, maybe 6, probably 5 episodes, and that's the end of the show. So left on a cliffhanger, and I'm like,
somebody died.
Now I gotta watch the end of this show.
Somebody main died, or just somebody in general died?
An antagonist died.
Okay.
Who's kind of he's a side character, but he's kind of a main character in the last season. So, but it's still like a kid died. He's a kid, and he died, and it's like, oh no. So
interesting.
Anyways, yeah. So that's what I watched over New Year's.
Yeah, the one guy, I forget the actor's name. He's the cop in Psych that trains Sean and Gus. Who's the main character?
The cop in Psych.
Yeah. Cobra Kai.
He's in Cobra Kai, though?
Yes. He's the...
what's the character's name in Cobra Kai?
Daniel LaRusso. It's Daniel LaRusso.
Oh, I didn't realize. Ralph Macchio. Yeah, he was in Psych. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's the loser cop who
freezes.
Yeah, he freezes up every time he's in action, and that's why he went to training.
Macchio in Psych. Holy crap! You're right. How come I never realized that? That's wild.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. The more you know. Yeah, I didn't think he was in, like, I thought his acting career kind of died after Karate Kid. I didn't realize he was in other stuff.
Yeah. I didn't even realize he was in Karate Kid, but
he is the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But there's also a new Karate Kid movie actually coming out this year with Daniel LaRusso and the dumb kung fu. I don't know why they call it Karate Kid, but it's more Kung Fu Kid. It's Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith. Remember that movie? It was like a remake, but it was Kung Fu. So there's going to be a sequel with Ralph Macchio teams up with Jackie Chan, and they're training this kid in both karate and kung fu. So, and it's called Karate Kids Legends. So that's pretty cool. It might be good. I like the Karate Kid movies. They're very cheesy 80s movies. I like, if I were to watch the Rocky movies or those, I would choose Rocky. I think Rocky's cooler and more iconic, but I do like them. They're fun. They're just really, really cheesy. They're campy, I should say. They're very campy. But yeah, so that's what I watched over
New
Year's. But so you guys only watched Die Hard? That's it?
Yeah, they're not really a big movie family, so they don't really watch much. But so that's all I watched then. But when we got back here this past week, we watched John Wick. Yeah, we watched John Wick and John Wick 2, Chapter 2.
Nice.
And now we got to finish it out. But and I also got to go back and watch the rest of the Die Hards. I've only seen the first and second Die Hards, so I got to go back and watch the others.
Really?
There's 5. Yeah.
I thought we did a family marathon one time.
We
watched all of them. Were you not there?
No,
then?
I don't think so. I must not have been.
You must not have been there because we watched all of them. Die Hard 3 is an underrated movie. I like Die Hard 3 a lot. It starts off hilariously. It's so funny. It would not work today at all, but it's a good movie. Die Hard 3 is good. Die Hard 2 is great, just as good as the first one.
Yeah.
After that, they kind of go down. After the third one, but nice. I did watch a bunch of movies over Christmas break. I watched a bunch of Christmas movies I'd never seen. I watched Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah,
which is a classic. Never seen that. I watched Scrooged with not Eddie Murphy. Bill Murray.
Right.
And it's like a modern day version of Scrooge, even though it's like in the 90s or something like that. But he's like a New York executive or something like that. And he goes, they're like, it's a television network, and they're shooting the tale of Scrooge basically, and he's all caught up in everything, and then he lives out the whole thing in a night. Blah blah blah. blah. It's hilarious. It's a comedy though. It's really funny. Okay. I watched some other ones too. It was so long ago now. But I did see a couple movies in theaters. I saw Sonic 3, which actually it didn't make me want to. I don't care about Sonic, to be honest, but it didn't make me want to go watch the first two. But it was actually really good. Like, I would take my kids to that if I had kids. Like, it was a good movie.
Seems like it could be underrated a bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, this was Jim Carrey's first trilogy he's ever done, which I thought was kind of interesting. But so like he liked it a lot. And yeah, it was cheesy, but it was a good kids movie. Like, if you're a kid, you would love it. So, but yeah, and a Sonic fan if you were. But alternatively, on the opposite side of that, I watched War of the Rohirrim, and that was a nightmare. I think I already talked about this, to be honest, but yeah, that was trash. I think I didn't see Joker 2. I don't really want to see Joker 2, but if this was my least favorite movie of the year for 2024, Joker 2 would probably beat it out. But yeah, it was just very, very frustrating. They basically, like Rings of Power, they recycled a lot of lines. The entire movie is based on 2 pages of lore that they like. It's like 2 pages. How can you screw up 2 pages? And they couldn't follow it. The main character, our heroine, she isn't even named in the book. She's mentioned like that there's a daughter, and that's it. That is all that's talked about her.
So
And
they
she's
had
the
to
main
make
character.
up a name then, of
Right. They
course.
made it her Hera, and she's the best writer in Rohan. She's the best fighter. She's better. And her dad is like one of the most badass characters Tolkien ever wrote. He's this huge guy. He's got this huge warhammer. And he was like they did him justice in terms of that in the movie, but they made him really weak emotionally. And he's like, you're going to be a better queen than I could ever be, or a better ruler than I could ever be. It's like, dude, she screwed up everything. What are you talking about? And he literally kamikazed himself for no reason at all. He could have survived. It was so stupid.
Jeez, that's
But
dumb.
his moments on screen were pretty cool.
It's like, why do you have to do that when you have a badass heroine rider in Eowyn? It's like,
I know.
there's already
Arwen's awesome.
or Arwen, yeah, right, even more so, but yeah.
Right. I know, it's
Like,
stupid.
you have those characters.
She screwed up everything. She couldn't make any decisions. They didn't make her ugly, though. At least they did, like, she looked like a woman.
Yeah.
But it like all the it was all there. You could sense it, you could feel it. The villain was awful. Like a victim again, another victimized villain who made a bunch of stupid decisions because he needed the woman's approval. Ultimately, he needed to prove her wrong, and it's like it was so stupid. He killed everybody for dumb reasons. And they literally basically it was like the Great Value version of the Battle of Helm's Deep because it took place at Helm's Deep.
Really?
And they literally recreated one of the greatest scenes in Lord of the Rings when Gandalf and Eomer and the Rohirrim are coming down. They redid the scene. I'm like, this is stupid.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was like fuming when that happened. I verbally said something too. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Terrible. But then I made up for that and I saw Nosferatu, and that was pretty awesome. It was pretty cool. Robert Eggers, very edgy, really dark and creepy, but like the coolest Dracula rendition I've ever seen. Some weird stuff, but like weird in like you it's weird, and the film knows it's weird because it's evil. It's just pure evil. Good wins. Good knows that it's good. Evil is evil. Good is good, and evil dies in the end. Like just really good, solid story. The way they told it, and like if you watch it, you might like if you don't know, if you're not a Christian or if you don't have any ethics or morals or anything, you would probably just see this as, oh, it's cool horror movie, which it was a really cool horror movie. It was a great horror movie. It wasn't all jump scares. It was like a slow burn, like building suspense. Dracula was kind of hidden in the shadows. Bill Skarsgård is one of my favorite actors now. The dude's insane. His reach in terms of his like acting abilities is insane. You couldn't even tell it was him. It was incredible. He stole the show. It was insane.
Yeah, I can see that being an awesome role for him.
Oh yeah, everybody was good in it too. Johnny Depp's daughter was pretty good.
I wondered if that was the relation. I didn't know what her name was. Huh.
She was good. Nicholas Hoult was really good. Willem Dafoe, he's always good. Yeah. He's honestly, he always hits. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
But anyways, so if you don't really have morals or anything, you could just see it as a cool horror movie. But there's a really cool message of like this represents sin and passion and what happens when you give into temptation and sin and let it consume you, and ultimately the consequences of that. Really cool underlying message overall. Definitely, if you don't like horror or creepy stuff, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you can get past that, it's solid. It's really good. So I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Have you seen the original one?
No, I haven't, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because it is a faithful retelling of the original. So almost it's slightly different, I've heard, but so I didn't want I'm glad I didn't because I would have spoiled it for me. But really, really cool. Like the cinematography was insane. The sound design, the music, it was incredible. It was an experience. Um, it felt like a classic, like Universal horror monster
Mm.
movie. It was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Um, so I'm sure Bluey will give his thoughts because he saw it too next week. He's sick. But yeah, so that was great. Easily my favorite movie of the year. 8 out of 10 though. There's not that many great things that came out last year.
Yeah, all things considered, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Robert Eggers though is generally an 8 out of 10 for me. He's good. He's weird. He's very edgy and weird, but like the story and the characters, just the writing is always on point with him.
Yeah.
I rewatched The Northman, and it's better on a rewatch than the first time.
Really? Oh
It
man.
is because that was such a shock at first, But like
Yeah.
when I rewatched it again, it's you got to have strong morals to watch these movies. You really
Yeah.
do, because you see the underlying messages. Like this is mankind and what sin is,
Mhm.
But I thought the ending for Northman was a little disappointing, but overall, it's usually evil is shown as evil and good is good, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
That's
but
interesting.
the writing is always solid.
That's the same director, you said?
Yeah, so he directed The Witch, he directed The Northman, he directed The Lighthouse,
Oh, yeah.
Nosferatu. The Lighthouse was really weird though, I will say.
Yeah, it was William
I was
Dafoe and his
a
gay
little unsettled. It
love.
wasn't gay. It wasn't gay.
Oh.
It was these two guys just going absolutely crazy on an island because they were basically marooned and just start seeing things like hallucinating and just weird. Yeah, just really weird.
Huh.
They ultimately both die. But yeah, it's a strange movie. That was probably my least favorite of his, but he has some other ones I haven't seen. Nosferatu is definitely his best, and then probably The Witch and Northman are probably comparable. They're both really good.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, like, think about the Northman. Like, think about like put the weird, wolf things
Mother
aside,
son
right?
things.
Think about like the story, like
Yeah.
it's a really cool story of justice and revenge, kind of, avenging. And it's interesting. It's a kind of a dilemma because it's like he didn't know that his father was actually horrible.
Yeah.
He found out that his mother actually didn't love him. His mother was a slave that he made her marry him and all this. So basically, his entire life was a lie, and he
Mhm.
still chose to honor his word to his father and be like, okay, I'm still gonna avenge you for they still murdered you in cold blood, so I'm gonna
Right.
avenge you. It's still a really cool story,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It is interesting. When I didn't get too far in it. When I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I got like similar vibes. When I was playing that, it brought me back to that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I it's funny too. I actually knew a lot more about Norse mythology rewatching this because I played the God of War games
Hmm.
recently. So I know a lot about Norse mythology now. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that reference is. So that was kind of interesting. But anyways, that is not the only thing I've been doing lately. I've also, Bluey and I and some other people have actually decided to start Warhammer 40K, the tabletop game. So we bought our minis. I picked the Dark Angels army. They're really, really cool. They're Space Marines, obviously, but they are the first legion and the oldest legion of Space Marines. They're really cool. So he picked Black Templars, which are kind of like the space racists. They're like they're crusaders, and their number one kind of objective is to destroy anything that's not human. So for the Emperor,
that's funny.
So yeah, they're pretty cool. He's a lot farther along. He's built everything and he's painted a lot. I'm still really early on in my progress. I'm still building them. This is honestly as far as I've gotten. I've built some minis with just legs and bodies.
So do you use them in conjunction to playing the game, or is it just?
Yes, the game is a table. So you have your army, and basically these are called combat patrols. They're balanced. So no matter what combat patrol you have, it's going to be around 500 points for your army. And so you have these big. I have these big books over here. These are my codexes that are like the rules and all this stuff for each character. They're like units basically. So there's a move phase, there's a shooting phase, then there's a charge phase where when you're close enough to each other, you get right up on each other, and then it's a fight phase where it's like melee essentially, and you go back and forth. So there's different phases. It's a lot more complicated than that, but there's different objectives that you're trying to do, and it's a dice rolling game. So you attack, and then you see if any of your attacks hit, and if they hit, did they wound the enemy? And then the enemy rolls to see if they can save their units or their minis, their models. And each model, obviously, depending on the character, has higher health or lower health, blah, 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 blah. And they could die, So it's cool. It's really fun. I played a few demo games already in this. There's a Warhammer store actually nearby. I won't say where live, but yeah, there's a Warhammer store nearby, so we got to play some demos. We got to do some painting. That's where I got my my combat patrol. So I'm very excited, but it's definitely a very consuming hobby. It takes, but I can watch movies and shows while I'm doing my minis, so that's fun.
So you gave up on Dungeons and Dragons and instead,
yeah, I was like, this is the less gay version of Dungeons and Dragons,
right? Yeah,
but it's fun because like there's the lore side to it, so you could just not even play the game. You could just like read the lore. There's tons of videos. There's audiobooks, books. There's games you can play, video games, all sorts of stuff. So the lore is its own thing, and then there's the game itself, which is fun. But then the whole painting and building is also kind of a hobby within itself too, because you can get as detailed as you want, or I could play with mine unpainted if I wanted to, but so, and you can be creative about it. Like I've seen some pretty cool stuff where they take like Xenos, they're called, which are basically aliens from other combat patrols, and they use those pieces in their Space Marines. They're like stepping on them, like killing them or squashing them in their fists and all stuff. So you can kind of be creative with it. It's really, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want in terms of the design of them. So,
gotcha.
Yeah,
is that like Dungeons and Dragons where you kind of create your own?
Not exactly. It's a lot more rules based than Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is a lot more narrative, which there is still narrative. Like the lore, you can incorporate the lore into the game, but you don't really have to. It's a very strict rule game. You have to have a ruler. You can only go a certain amount, spaces. You can't shoot into obstacles or buildings, stuff like that. You have to have a line of sight, all sorts of. If you can't get within an inch of the enemy, otherwise you're in the charge phase, and then you have to use melee instead of long range. So there's a lot of rules to it. It's less narrative based, but obviously there is a narrative that you can use while you're playing it because there's objectives. But
that almost seems better because I feel like the narrative. I mean, you got to create the narrative, and then it's just. That's a lot of work.
It's a lot more imagination in D&D, I think, than this. It's like cool models that you're fighting with,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's fun.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's kind of taken over in terms of my time. But yeah, I'm sure Bluey will show some of his next week. Hopefully, I'll have some more done. But yeah. Anyways, So that's that. Let's get into. I kind of did my Nosferatu review already. So, Squid Game season 2 came out as well. I've watched probably half of it, so this is more of a reaction than a review. But Squid Game season 1 is awesome. It was one of those unexpected things that just kind of came out, and you're like, "Oh wow, this is really good." Um, I love season 1, and this one started off pretty strong, but there's a lot of things happening, like a lot of plot points that they're kind of building up that I've heard don't get conclusions by the end of the season. So that's really disappointing. They're doing the Dead Reckoning thing, Mission Impossible, where they're splitting it up. The second part of the season comes out this year sometime, which I hate. It's like, just release it.
Right.
It's so stupid. So that was their kind of what they're doing. And so I'm like trying to think of like, oh gosh, none of this really matters now, but yeah, I mean, so far it's pretty good. It's similar to season 1 in terms of like what's happening, but it's got different twists because, well, I can't spoil it, but it's really, really good so far, I should say. I'm enjoying it, but it'd be probably like an honorable mention in terms of things I liked that came out last year. So, but yeah, so that's really all I got to say about it now. I'll probably have more to say once I finish it, but maybe not. But I do recommend you watch season 1 if you, because you
I'll have to
haven't.
try to binge it. That's a Netflix one, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, it seems interesting.
It's not that long, I don't think. So
it's like Hunger Games, but Japanese.
kind of.
Is it Japanese?
Yeah, it's Korean.
It's Korean.
Yeah. Okay. And you got to watch it in Korean because the dub is abominable. It's terrible. But yeah, it's in terms of like the idea, it's Hunger Games, but it's volunteer Hunger Games.
Right, because they're competing to win money. If you survive.
Right. They're basically people either in extreme debt or out of luck, and they need money really bad.
It's like you're gonna die anyway, so you might as well try to, or you're gonna be, in worse situations than death.
It's a lot more fair than Hunger Games, but it doesn't mean it's any better than Hunger Games in terms of what they do to the contestants. So, but yeah, the Superman trailer also came out. We weren't gonna watch it, but did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
What did you think? What were your thoughts? It's very divisive on the internet right now.
But yeah, it's been a few weeks since I watched it now, so I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
I don't know about him for Superman.
I think he looks horrible as Superman personally.
Yeah, he looks like a
lot
good
of people
Clark
are
Kent,
saying
but
yes, he does look like a good Clark Kent, but I just, there are parts in the trailer where his suit's kind of foldy and not. It's like Superman should have skin tight,
Right. It's for like when you buy a Halloween costume, Superman costume, and
right, exactly. It does look like a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
So I don't like that, and he looks very, very small.
Yeah,
his face isn't bad, but I don't know. He does look small. Like he's got a small chin. Superman's got a giant chin.
I was trying to remember who Lois Lane was. It's Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah, honestly, the casting, other than Superman, I think overall the casting is pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good. She was in the Blacklist TV show. She was really good in that, and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which I watched with my wife.
That sounds like such a stupid show just from the name.
It was not horrible, but
okay.
I'll leave it at that.
There you go. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she's good. She looks good as Lois Lane.
Yeah.
I could care less about Crypto, to be honest. The dog. I don't really care.
Oh, yeah.
I could do without him. I don't really care though. Like it doesn't matter to me so much that he's in it.
It feels a little bit cheesy. Like it would be better if it was an animated movie, but
Yeah, but it's okay. It's fine. I
yeah.
think the worst parts of the trailer were um the fact that it's supposed to be hopeful. They're trying to do like go away with the Snyderverse and be hopeful and Superman, the man of tomorrow,
Mhm.
he's a rock. He's like, it's Superman. It's what everybody looks up to, and I like that message, but I didn't get that right off the bat with that
Mm.
trailer. Which okay, we don't know what happened. Maybe he just got in a fight with somebody really strong, and he's whatever. But to start your
Yeah.
trailer that way is very weird for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was the strongest start. Not that the
Right.
trailer overall was bad. It was just like, what? Um,
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know. You kind of save that for the movie when you're
right.
excited. You're like he's Superman, and then
It's the third
it's like,
act. You're
oh
That's what's
crap!
happening.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, he fought against somebody.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was just very odd. Like, especially it was kind of a teaser, right? Because this was the first trailer.
Yeah.
So
I guess so.
you really want to push the hope thing right away with the teaser.
Hmm.
Um, Now it wasn't a bad trailer. Like I actually thought it was good the way they did it. Like they didn't tell the whole story. Like it was like 28 years later. Like solid trailer. It made
Hmm.
you interested and hyped. It didn't give away the plot.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Fla- he flashed a lot of characters. Some
It
I
did.
I missed. I I
Yeah,
went back
Hawk
through it.
Girl,
Yeah,
Mr.
I didn't really see
Terrific.
Hot Girl, but
Everyone's like, "Oh, Mr. Terrific looks so gay." It's like, okay, Mr. Terrific is gay. So
wait, bowl cut guy?
black guy with the T on his face.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He is gay, and that's exactly what it looks like in the comics. So I know doesn't make him any better of a character than he is. That is
Yeah.
accurate though.
Right.
And same thing with Guy Gardner, the bowl cut.
Yeah.
Also one of the lamest Green
Green
Lanterns.
Lanterns.
He's a retard, but
Yeah.
and he looks like a retard. So it's like, okay, maybe he'll be really good as Guy Gardner. Doesn't make Guy Gardner a good character, but
Right.
it looks derpy, but he's supposed to look derpy. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that I think is one of the frustrating things is like there's been, Marvel is just flopping all over the place. DC is really trying to figure stuff out, but they're just not getting footing. It's like, can't we have some solid like
yeah.
heroes that we know enough about that if you just make a good movie with the characters that we know, then let's go from there, and then we can bring in the more obscure characters.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to be fair, I hear what you're saying, but to be fair, like if you're a diehard DC fans, these are pretty common, normal characters. These aren't really obscure characters in the comics, but
Sure.
yes, in terms of a broader audience, they might be. But DC, unlike Marvel, DC are like one of the most autistic, hardcore fan bases out there.
Hmm.
So like this is what they want. But it's still James Gunn. And I think the bigger thing here, which we'll get into in a little bit here, because there's a big news item, is the kind of competition it's creating with the Matt Reeves Batman universe.
Hmm.
And coming off the success of Penguin and the Batman 2 coming out, this is the first time we've had two like we've had the Snyderverse and we've had the CW at the same time, but that's completely different. This is the
Hmm.
first time it's like two big box office things that are the same
Yeah.
universe that are not the same universe competing with each other. The studio is competing with itself.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. And so I think the success of this movie is going to determine what happens with the Matt Reeves Batman universe.
Yeah.
Um, which I would be fine if it was just shows, honestly. Just keep that in the HBO television side and then do the DC universe. The only problem then is you have different Batmans,
Right.
but
Which,
and potentially different characters too. But
yeah, Pattinson is not my favorite Batman, but I would be perfectly content if they moved forward with a universe with him.
right. But I do agree with you though. It's like I'm sick and tired of messing up all the best characters in these movies and then just going with all these obscure characters all the time. It's like, can't you just make a good movie about Batman? Like, how hard is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so simple.
Gosh,
You used to do it. Why can't you do it anymore?
Gonna miss Henry Cavill so much.
I know. But that movie does
Shame.
suck. Man of Steel is terrible.
Yeah.
But he is a cool Superman. He's perfect casting for Superman.
He's a guy's guy. He's perfect in roles like that. I wish he was James Bond. That would be amazing.
Geralt.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, he's like what's her face? Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, Daenerys.
Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke. They're in every dying franchise, and it's never their fault, but they are always in the
Terminator.
Game of Thrones. You could argue Disney or Marvel too, because she was in Secret Invasion.
Most powerful being probably in the universe right now.
Right, I know. Yeah, exactly. And Henry Cavill too was Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's not going anywhere, of course.
No.
So yeah, it sucks. They need to find better agents, but we don't deserve them. Well, we deserve Emilia Clarke. She's fine. We don't deserve Henry Cavill. But anyways, we'll get into the Batman here in a bit. I think Superman trailer was fine. It's not enough to really make a call yet. This is, I think, even more so than last year. This is going to be a year of this could go anyway in terms of quality. Like anything could be good or bad because of Trump becoming president, because of all the changes in DEI. What's the word I'm looking for?
DEI
qualifications or people are getting rid of woke, and so but still things are happening, obviously, hence this next trailer we're gonna watch. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man trailer from Disney. So right off the bat, you got the OG Spider-Man comic book there with this person, which we'll see more from soon. I hate the animation too.
I see. Like, so it's like a comic book.
Well, it's like a comic book now, but not in the like the rest of the trailer. It's not.
Yeah.
It gets cringy here. Peter's being a little derp, which is fine. I'm okay. I don't like the voice though.
Hey, Petey's out.
Okay, he's getting ganged up on by a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
What? The heck is it?
Green tipped hair, blue hair.
We got Latino and Asian going on here. Very diverse. And one of these is Mary Jane.
Probably.
We can't have redheads just always get the short straw in everything.
Gosh. Yeah, that was one of the best parts of the OG Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. Not that Kirsten Dunst is one of my favorite actresses, but
right. But the rendition of Mary Jane.
Petey's always been a bit clumsy.
You know me, Petey Parker.
Okay, a lot of people are saying this is Flash Thompson, so we got another race swap character there, and of course he's not going to be a jerk because he's black, and we can't have bad black characters, of course.
Right.
Help! Mr. Campbell, I remembered I left something in the bathroom. Deuces. Parker out.
Cringe. But who knows? Maybe this will be good because X-Men 97 was good. So who knows?
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
They're making him freaking Miles Morales.
Right. That's what. It has the feel of that. Yeah.
They're making a Miles Morales like he's Peter. Just let him be Peter Parker.
The mask is kind of interesting. Those like goggles. It looks like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go for the Tom Holland
Right.
Spider-Man, which this was apparently was originally supposed to be an origin story for him, but now it's just an alternate universe.
Okay.
But yes, the shoes and everything, they're and the music, they're trying to go for Miles Morales. It's like, stop making Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's not Peter
Gangster
Parker.
Spider-Man, yeah.
Somebody help me! He's running, grab him! Gotcha!
If you didn't hear that voice, would you think that's a man or a woman?
A man. Wait, can you play it again?
This person.
As a guy, right?
Yeah.
Then me. Check out our next victim in his dumbass costume.
Is my suit really that?
That's supposed to be what the frick is this?
Yeah.
What the hell? Stop spamming us, please. Go away. So this is supposed to be Harry Osborn. Rumors are
Harry
saying.
or Norman?
Harry. We'll get to Norman in a bit.
Okay.
That bad?
Ouch.
Oh! Watch out for that ladder! Just consider it a good deed from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's me, by the way. I'm Spider-Man.
There we go again. Swinging.
Humor,
Yeah.
obviously.
Funny.
Through the city so fast you could barely notice him.
I truly believe that I have these powers.
See, he's gonna have all
Yep.
these nice friends.
Right. Flash is
They're-
a good guy.
He's never gonna get bullied because
Which-
we can't have that.
I will be honest, like I even didn't really he was a bit of a bully, but I didn't like that the Flash and the Tom Holland was even a little too chummy with him. Like,
He was an idiot though. Like that was a terrible Flash.
yeah, that was not good.
Like the Flash in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was actually pretty good because he started off as a bully, but like when Peter's uncle died, right? He
Mhm.
got really pissed, and Flash is like, dude, I'm sorry, like I get it.
Yeah.
You know, he had kind of a moment of softness to him, like kind of brought it
Yeah.
back to like he is still human, you know. That was a cool Flash. But yeah, the Tom Holland one was just like he never had any emotional or compelling moments at all. It was just he's just a douche.
Right.
Powers to help people, to protect them.
Need my city, you need me. Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor like me. Just a young man cleaning up the streets. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the
Here we go.
real me.
There it is.
There it is. At
I
least,
didn't realize-
at least
I didn't
Captain
know-
America looks right.
I was gonna say I didn't know Norman Osborn was Captain America, but
I'm something of a black person myself. Yeah, the memes are amazing for this, but yes, Norman Osborn is black.
huh,
But
which is interesting. because
he's a
okay.
very creepy, sadistic, messed up villain, and I don't
Yeah.
know if they're gonna go that route with him.
Yeah.
Like in the comics, not that it was a great comic, but he rapes Gwen Stacy in the
Oh my
comics.
gosh.
Um,
Sheesh. Like as Norman Osborn or
as Norman
as
Osborn, yeah,
Green Goblin? Okay.
as Norman Osborn, yeah,
Hmm.
messed up guy.
Sheesh.
But it's like he can't, and we'll never get the Willem Dafoe
Yeah.
Green Goblin again, you know, like that's a great villain.
Yeah.
It's not going to be anywhere
So
near
good.
that.
Yeah. But
there's
then
later-
what's his name from was that Andrew Garfield too? Or no, it was Harry Osborn was the
Harry Osborn was the Hobgoblin,
Hobgoblin.
I guess, or
Maybe,
something like
yeah.
that. New Goblin. He had a
Right.
different weird name, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Real me.
So,
You're Spider-Man.
And he figured it out too. Like, okay.
With my help, you'll achieve greatness.
Oh, man!
So this is the Future Foundation Spider-Man suit. This is from Future Foundation when he joins the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
In the comics, and Reed Richards makes this suit for him because Reed Richards is the smartest man alive. But of course, in this, it's gonna be Norman Osborn. It's gonna be, it's gonna be some black person is the smartest person alive type of thing, like Riri Williams in the MCU. It's But anyways, cool suit, but
yeah, it is
misusing the lore again, once again.
Man, this suit's incredible! If you ever need another butt kicking, just look for your friend.
So why would that be his first suit? Why can't we just tell a normal story here, origin story for these characters?
Yeah.
Friendly
This is
neighborhood
like
Spider-Man.
this is a sequel suit.
This is like a way down in your career suit. This is not kind of like the MCU finally got Spider-Man's suit right at the end of No Way Home that he should have had right away. Which we'll talk about that in a second.
And no, you may not be excused from said test. Ah, nice of you to join us, Mr. Parker. See me after class.
Also, Mary Jane or Aunt May was in here somewhere, and she's even younger than she was in the MCU. So they keep making her younger and younger every time. But yeah, so speaking of Spider-Man, though, Tom Holland is getting a fourth Spider-Man. They've announced there's I've heard it from Nerdrotic and he got it from a really good source that John Bernthal's Punisher is going to be in it. And the Hulk, like the OG Hulk, Savage Hulk, not the Smart Hulk, the original Hulk, is going to be back. And
played by Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, yeah.
Okay.
But he's going to be real Hulk again.
Okay.
And and I think they're going to be like mind controlled, and they're going to be fighting Spider-Man. So he's going to be fighting Punisher and Hulk at the same time. Sounds pretty cool.
Could be good.
Yeah, and you could maybe bring in Daredevil and Deadpool. Those would be good sidekick characters for Spider-Man. So, yeah, that could be interesting as long as they do it like No Way Home, you know.
Right.
But you know who the director is? It's the Shang-Chi director.
Shang-Chi. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Brightest. Yeah. The director that brought you Marvel's Katie. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, back to this. So back to DC. That looks horrible. Yeah. Really not much to say about it. Kind of talked about it. But Batman 2 is all delayed once again to 2027 due to script issues. But director Matt Reeves still teases gray expectations. That was another thing I was going to mention. Nicholas Hoult does look pretty good as Lex Luthor.
That's true.
He does look, and I like him again. We talked about him earlier. He's a good actor, so yeah, I think he'll be pretty good.
It could be good.
But if that does well, that's James Gunn lies all the time, and he keeps saying like, "Oh yeah, we're still doing Batman Part 2." I'm thinking he's waiting for this to come out or for Superman to come out, and if Superman does well, that's your Iron Man. You know, that's success right there. So this is deadpan then, and so is Penguin season 2, which sucks.
So you almost kind of hope this, but Superman does bad then in one sense.
Know. Yeah, I'd rather have this.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if this is coming out, it's not coming out till 2027. We are going to get Penguin season 2 before this, which is kind of a problem based on how the season ended with showing the Bat logo. So, that's problematic. Some will call it inevitable with good reason, but nevertheless, Batman Part 2 is delayed yet again because it doesn't have a script, as confirmed by James Gunn. And I think he's keeping it that way for a reason. Gunn posted on Threads. I hate that they're trying to make Threads a thing. Just go to X. Stop this stupid Threads thing. Threads that the culprit is the unfinished screenplay. Liar! The only reason for the delay is there isn't a full script. However, he stuck up for the writer Matt Reeves' work ethic despite the slow progress. Matt is committed to making the best film he possibly can. No one can accurately guess exactly how long a script will take to write once there's a finished script. There is a sick around 2 years for pre-production, shooting, and post-production on big films. I don't know. Disappointing to this.
Smells fishy. And
Robert,
it's disappointing.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson has been he's been bulking up for it. I'm like, he's gonna be I saw this meme, he's gonna be jacked by the time he actually gets around to filming this. Which might be a good thing. He was kind of skinny in the first movie.
Yeah, he did.
That was one complaint I had.
Interesting. A little awkward, but I guess he was a new Batman. But
yeah, it was a year or two Batman, so
yeah.
It's been 2 years since we saw Pattinson down the Cape and Cowl. The sequels have been churned out at a faster pace. Gunn defended the gap time. It will now take as fair and common. A 5-year gap is more is fairly common in sequels. Maybe it used to be.
Maybe
7 years between Alien and Aliens. Again, 1980s.
That also is like, okay, sure. If you're taking 5 years to make a really good sequel and make it like actually good, then yeah, I'll wait 5 years for that. But
right,
if you're just gonna throw out the same crap that you would if you rushed it a year after.
Well, another problem too is you're trying to go for a younger Batman. Pattinson's getting old, and I think he's going to be in his 40s by the time Part 2 comes out. So that's not going to be a young Batman anymore. I'm pretty sure that's how old what's his face was Batfleck was when he was in the role.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's saying there's usually a big time gap in movies. Reeves has some time to develop it. Regardless of where he's in the story process, he has some idea of what he wants Gotham to be like. Man, I really hope they recast Joker, though. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
Get rid of Joker. In the Verse movie, Batman views things very simplistically. He sees things in black and white, what he can represent and how he can affect that. As we enter this next movie, that's a lot more gray. There's a lot more people at odds. There's a lot more division in the city. It's a lot more like our world is now. He said that about Gunn has said that about the Superman movie. He's trying to make it like the United States now, where we just need hope. Well, we did get hope, so
yeah.
Just not the Obama hope.
January 20th.
That's right. There's a lot of turmoil because people are in their camps and they're not communicating. And when things are in gray, it makes it very hard to be Batman. So this is part of the challenge we enter it. Sounds good. And I also heard that Mr. Freeze is potentially the main antagonist. So
that could be cool.
That could be really cool. Everything's still like well, nothing. I guess it wasn't as flooded in Penguin, but I was gonna say, if it was still flooded, that'd be cool if Mr. Freeze like froze everything over, you know.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to get like a Mr. Freeze like in BTAS, get one like a really solid instead of Schwarzenegger.
I still
see you.
Stick around.
I've been watching
Predator, but
I watched Jingle All the Way too, which is a solid Christmas movie. But I'm like, who thought like Schwarzenegger was a good actor in the 80s? Because he's in so many movies back then, and he's terrible in every single one of them. The only one he's good in, I think, is Terminator, first two Terminators, and I do like him in Jingle All the Way. But other than that, he's trash in everything. He's a guy who got a good, like a lucky break and is just like just happened to stumble into a studio and now he's acting. Like,
Well, he's
terrible.
iconic. Like they can use him in those really
Yes.
odd roles. He fits
But
right
so-
in Expendables too.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone though is the real true actor of the 80s, iconic actor. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So anyways, we'll see. Who knows? It's gonna be up in the air. James Gunn is very he doesn't leave things kind of in the zeitgeist. You know, like he talks about things. He will always give updates on things, but he also lies a lot about things. So who knows? So that's kind of disappointing. I especially because of Penguin season 2. If that comes out, I'd rather get Batman Part 2 first. So,
Yeah.
disappointing. In other news, Jason Momoa has officially been cast as Lobo in a movie that nobody wants. So Superman, Woman of Tomorrow, which is Supergirl, she's being played by Millie Alcock, who played Rhaenyra, the younger Rhaenyra in House of Dragon. She's a good actress.
Yeah.
So that's
she'd
fine.
make a good car.
I don't really care about a Supergirl movie. And this, I think I tweeted this out too. Good casting as far as look and personality of Lobo, but still a terrible actor. And I don't care in the least for Jason Momoa. So,
yeah.
I mean, maybe it'll be good. Who knows?
Yeah. There's not that many actors that all the ones that are based are starting to leave Hollywood anyway. So, so you kind of are left with what's out there, what's still there.
Yeah, but there's still woke actors that are good. Jason Momoa is not one of them. Jack Black is one of those actors that used to be really good, and now he's just Jack Black in everything.
Right. Yeah, he just plays the same person every time.
And Jeff Goldblum, same way. He's just Jeff Goldblum and everything. It's like, okay, the trope is getting a little old. We liked it in Jurassic Park, but that's about it.
Same with Dwayne The Rock. He even more so. Like he is just the same every single
Kevin
time.
Hart. They're all the same. Yeah. But I think Jack Black's probably the worst out of all of them. He's just funky, silly Jack Black and everything. And it's like, you're just annoying. But yeah, anyways, could be good. Lobo is funny. So like if he's trying to be cringe and everything, I guess, he can goof off as Lobo, but not Aquaman, that's for sure. So yeah, there's that. We just talked about this. Yeah, there's our new Norman Osborn. In Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And I think there was a couple other. We're gonna get to our main segment here, which is make sure I checked. I didn't miss anything. Oh, The Last of Us Part 2 got a trailer. I could care less. I stopped watching halfway through the first season.
Yeah, never
didn't bother continuing it. But if I've heard some people like it, but whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But we did get a couple other news here. Let me just make sure I got everything pulled up here. Okay. We got Daredevil Born Again. Official date is March 4th. And as Nerdrotic tweeted out, don't F this up.
Gosh, I swear, if Tatiana, what's her name, She-Hulk is in it,
I'm sure she will be.
Gosh.
Yeah. If they bring in Deadpool, I'm going to be like, you wasted everything, every opportunity you had here. Yeah, they got to have the same they gotta have the same energy that the Netflix show had, and
Mhm.
that'll bring people back. Redeem Daredevil from She-Hulk.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you brought in some other characters. Like, I'd be cool if you have like Savage Hulk in here. If you brought Spider-Man in there, that would be really cool. Bring
Mhm.
in some of the elements of the MCU, but also keep it grounded to Daredevil.
Mhm.
So yeah, and Echo's gonna be in it, I'm sure,
Oh,
because Kingpin's gonna be in it.
yeah.
So
That's a
yeah,
shame.
maybe Hawkeye will show up. I don't know.
Or what's her
Kate
name?
Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. It's so
Mm.
sad. This would have gotten us so hyped back in the day.
Mhm.
This would have been like seeing Spider-Man in the Civil War trailer. Like,
Yeah.
this would have been so cool.
Everything is just so suspicious these days.
I know. It's like,
Yeah.
meh. In other news, some more exciting news, Invincible Season 3
Oh, yes.
is coming
Ooh.
out February 6th, which is coming up here pretty within less than a month now.
Yeah. That's an
So,
interesting poster.
yeah, I mean, there was a trailer. I still haven't watched it yet.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch
There
it
was
yet.
a
I didn't know.
and he does beat him up in the trailer.
Huh.
Fed up. He's had enough.
I mean,
Um,
I don't know, just as a side note, yeah, he's an asshole, but, like, he is doing his job to protect America and the world. Well,
Yeah, protect
America,
Earth.
right. Yeah,
But yeah. He's a kid though, you know?
yeah. No, I was
No,
talking
he's a
about,
No, I know, but I'm
yeah,
saying Invincible as a kid. Mark,
okay,
he's still gonna act like a kid, you know?
yeah, yeah.
He's not gonna listen to reason all the time. And
Mhm.
he's still Viltrumite, so he's still got some of that in him.
That's true.
But I'm hyped. I
Yeah.
really like the last season, and they said they're gonna have 9 seasons. So I'm like,
Ooh.
let's freaking go.
Nice.
Just make them longer though. Stop making these
Yeah.
stupid short seasons.
Yeah, no. No, the second season held up. That was pleasant to see.
If you like, literally, I have the Invincible Volume 1 here. It's under a huge stack of books here, but it's this thick. If you just did the source material exactly, you could do 20 plus episode seasons, and you could go on for 20 seasons. Like, it'd be insane. It'd be awesome. It'd be the most watched thing Prime has ever had. Like, it would be really cool, but they're never going to do that, unfortunately.
I know that is disappointing. It's like, yeah, you could have so much content, so much viewership.
And Amazon has FU money. They have so much money they could throw at this.
Right.
So,
It's not like you have to, you don't have to worry about running out of money.
right. Yeah. It's silly. But we'll
That'd
take
be-
what we get, I guess.
That would be too that would
Too
make
much
too much
sass.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's it for news. But we're gonna get into our segment here on what's coming out this year. It's not all most anticipated. It's mostly least anticipated, and a lot of. So we'll go through movies first, and I just kind of grabbed some lists here. So, this is Deadline. Of course, all of these are going to be liberal sources. So, this is what they find to be the most anticipating movies of 2025. Here's a little sneak peek there.
Oh. I didn't know about Jurassic World. Huh.
Yeah, nobody did. It kind of came out. Actually, there was a teaser, and people were like, "Is this AI?
Yeah, right. Or is this fan?
What is this?" So this kind of looks interesting. Wolfman comes out next week. Yeah, next week.
I can't tell if that is Jon Snow. What's his name?
Oh no, that's not him. That's
Okay.
yeah,
Kind of
Kit
like
Harington.
him. Yeah, Kit
No,
Harington.
yeah, this guy is probably like Spanish or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kit Harington would make a good Wolfman, though. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Remember when they tried to do the Dark Universe with
Yes.
Tom Cruise, and Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man.
Oh.
What's his face was Jekyll and Hyde.
Wait. Johnny Depp was going to be Invisible Man?
Johnny Depp was going to be Invisible Man.
I thought
Um,
they did come out with the Invisible Man movie.
Yeah, but that was something different altogether.
Oh.
It was the Tom Cruise Mummy movie that was going to build up. That was going to be the dark universe.
Yeah.
The guy who played the villain he's a big actor. I just can't think of his name. He's in No Country for Old Men. He's the villain in the
Jeff Bridges.
No, he's in the Jurassic or the Pirates of the Caribbean. Dead Men Tell No Tales. He was the main bad guy.
Yeah.
The Spanish guy.
Yep. I know.
He was supposed to be the Wolfman. Russell Crowe, duh. He was gonna be he was Jekyll and Hyde. Remember in the Mummy movie?
Yes. Wait, he wasn't the Spanish guy. Oh no, you're saying Russell Crowe was Jekyll and Hyde, and
Russell Crowe, and the other guy was the Wolfman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think they had some other people picked out too for other. But yeah, we didn't get it though. I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Not that it would have been good, but anyways, so the Wolfman is getting its own rendition. It's like this family. I've seen the preview so many times now, but the family goes out into the woods and the car gets crashed by something and the guy gets scratched and then he becomes the Wolfman. So it looks pretty decent actually. It might be good. Don't know what this is.
Back in action.
Some Netflix movie.
Huh.
Jamie Foxx is back.
Is this his first movie since his sickness, I wonder?
I think so. You heard about all that, right? There's rumors that he got poisoned by Diddy.
Oh, I did not hear that.
And that's what hospitalized him, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
and
do
he's
it?
not telling. He's not saying anything about it. He said he said very minimal about it. He had a whole Netflix special about it, and he said basically nothing in it. I have so many freaking fruit flies everywhere. What the heck? So yeah, whatever. Another direct to streaming movie with Will Ferrell, of course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he also kind of plays the same person.
He does, yeah. I hate Will Ferrell. Captain African American, Brave New World. Yep, this is the first. Well, I think it's the only Marvel movie coming out this year. Actually,
that's
pretty sure. Yeah, I think it is.
Surprising. Yeah,
it's either one or two.
Right? Because Daredevil.
Right. Yeah, Daredevil and
the Spider-Man.
Oh, and the Spider-Man. Yeah. So yeah, this is coming out, and we've talked about this. So yay. Don't know what that is. Another direct to streaming. The
Gorge.
I do like him.
Is that he played Mr. Fantastic and
Miles Teller.
Yeah, Miles Teller. Yep. Yeah, he's
in those cringy Shailene Woodley movies. What are those called?
Yeah, Divergent.
Yep. That's right. That was like the Maze Runner. Those movies start off with all this hype and then they just died.
Yeah.
Like they fell off completely.
I did actually finish the Maze Runner series. I never finished the Divergent one, but
I know I did too, but I don't remember a single thing after I barely remember the first movie and I don't remember much after that. I know there was his sister or something like that, and they were actually part of the whole
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't his sister because they actually
did
all that.
Right. Yes. Okay. But I know they were brainwashed essentially.
Yeah, she worked for the organization that brainwashed him.
And he did too originally.
Right. Yeah, originally.
But he decided to go against that.
Yeah, the first was good, the second was decent, and then just after that, no.
Remember when he was a big actor?
Yeah, I remember him being big, but now I don't remember a single thing other than that he was in.
He was in some other stuff. He was in a movie with Logan Lerman, I think. I'm pretty sure. Fury, right? Fury. I think they were in Fury with Brad Pitt.
I don't think he was in Fury. No, that was Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf,
Logan Lerman was in
the
it.
Hispanic guy, Logan Lerman, and then
Okay, maybe
John
not.
Bernthal.
Oh, that's right.
That was a good movie. I gotta
I
watch
haven't watched that in a long time now.
that is that's a quality one.
All right. Whatever this is.
Ochi?
The Legend of Ochi.
Something else is out there. So is it Ochi or is there something else other than Ochi out there?
Ochi's out there, but also there's something else.
Because if there's something else out there, like if you say that mysteriously, why would you show what that something is?
Oh, wait. The Ochi. That's not its name.
A baby Ochi is left behind.
A baby Ochi. Okay.
Uh.
Sinners. Another Michael B. Jordan badass movie.
I actually don't mind him. I know he can be annoying sometimes, but I think
I
he's
didn't
all
like
right.
him as Killmonger, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I've heard the Creed movies are actually pretty good.
Yeah. I'd be curious to watch him.
By the way, here's my Darth Vader
Ooh, nice.
whiskey glass.
Nice. Are you drinking whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
What are you drinking?
Willet.
Pot still?
Mm-hmm. What the frick is with all these flies everywhere?
After a pot still.
Yeah, I guess so. It's corked. Yeah, he's fine, I guess. This could be good.
Yeah.
The electric another okay, we got Chris Pratt here. We got
didn't even recognize him.
We got Okie Dokie Dr. Jones, and we got
Stranger Things.
11.
11, yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Millie Bobby
Yes.
Brown.
Huh.
She grew up so fast.
Yeah. That's
But
an
also-
interesting trio. I would
Yeah, it is
never
kinda
have
weird.
put those three together.
She was in that Damsel movie recently.
Oh gosh,
Remember
yeah. that looked ridiculous.
Yeah. They're all pretty good actors, actually. I don't mind her.
Yeah.
He was unfortunately cast in Loki.
Yeah.
I love Chris Pratt.
Pratt's good.
So who knows? Let's see what. It's directed by the Russo brothers. Okay.
Interesting. Never heard anything about that.
Set in the 1990s, where sentient robots live in exile after a failed uprising. Okay.
Interesting. Could be good.
Yeah.
Could be entertaining. Popcorn movie.
Probably won't. Anthony Mackie, Woody Harrelson, Brian Cox,
Giancarlo,
and Alan
Tucci.
Alan Tudyk, who's the Partial. That guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's a robot. He voices a robot in Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
I love that.
Interesting.
I want another season of that.
Yeah.
And we got Snow White.
Wait, what? I thought this already came out.
No. We're talking about it on the podcast when it comes out. March 21st.
Why did I think that this already came out?
I think it did. I'm pretty sure it got delayed because of the strike, but
geez, I thought we were past this already.
And she has not been doing good marketing for it, that's for sure.
Yeah. She apologized to Trump supporters.
Yes, well that was an apology.
Yeah.
We talked about it though, right? Because I was like, the way she writes on social media, she is terrible with her grammar. But then that statement was perfectly crafted.
Mm-hmm.
She was using commas and periods, and I think somebody else wrote it for her, and she just released it.
Probably.
But whatever. Yep, there it is. Snow White. Oh, and then the runner-up for best film of 2025, Minecraft. Where we got
that's an interesting looking cast. Is that Jason Momoa?
Queen Latifah. We got gay Jason Momoa. I guess that's just normal Jason Momoa. We got baby Paul Rudd and maybe baby Zendaya back there. And then we got and then we got Steve, played by Jack Black, who plays. Sorry, it's Jack Black, played by Jack Black in the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
But his name
Wait,
is
is that-
Steve.
Is that Jack Black? Really? I can't
No,
see.
he's not in the picture here, but he is.
Oh.
It is. Here, I'll zoom in a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Jack Black is Steve, the main character in this movie.
Kind of looks like our cousin, too, Scott. The picture.
Who, Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Look at it. Long hair.
That's the compliment. Speaking of Zendaya, did you hear the Christopher Nolan's next movie is The Odyssey?
Yes, I did see that. I didn't know if that was an AI thing or if that was actually real.
Nope, it's real. It's going to be his biggest film he's ever made, and it is Matt Damon is playing Odysseus.
Okay.
Whatever. But Tom Holland and Zendaya are in it. I'm like, please don't make them main characters, please. I've had enough of Zendaya.
Yeah, I like Tom Holland. And I like him.
Enough.
I like him as a couple, but yeah, it's a little too much sometimes seeing them all the time.
They're just in everything now. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know why Zendaya got so popular. She's not even that good.
Yeah, she was okay. Like in Spider-Man, like you kind of forgot that she was in it.
She was one of my least favorite parts of Homecoming, and then she got worse in Far From Home, and she was fine, I guess, in No Way Home. But yeah, that does look like Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
with the Tesseract, I guess. I don't know what that is. Yeah, who cares? Now this I actually am excited for. Mickey 17. It's Robert Pattinson, and he's basically signed. It's in the future. He signs up to be for this like cloning program, and so every time one of himself dies, the next clone takes over his life, but his conscience is always there. So it's always him. But again, another one of those trailers where it kind of gives away the plot. It seems
17.
Well, Mickey 17 survives, but Mickey 18 is alive, so they meet each other, and it's like, what are you doing here? You know. And it's I thought I knew John. Okay, never mind. Science fiction featuring Robert Pattinson, based on the novel Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. Pattinson stars as the titular character Mickey, and an expendable or disposable employee on a human expedition to colonize the ice world of Niflheim. Oh, nice. That's Norse.
Interesting.
He takes on dangerous missions that often result in his death. The number marks the amount of times the character dies in the story. And Bong said at CinemaCon that he kills him 10 times more than in the original film or novel. Wow. Okay. Whenever Mickey dies, he generates a new body that holds most of his memories.
Most of his memories. That's interesting.
And Steven Yeun is in it. Yeun, who plays Mark in Invincible.
Oh, right. Yeah. And also in Walking Dead.
Yep.
Yep.
Another crazy guy in the movie. Nice. Yeah. So it looks interesting. I actually think.
Yeah, it actually does.
It could be good.
It's interesting.
Oh, yay. I forgot about this one.
Okay.
Thunderbolts.
So another
That's Marvel movie number 2. Interesting that they're releasing them so close to each other.
Yeah, what was that? March and May or something, or February?
February and May, yeah. Thunderbolts, the movie that has no Thunderbolts in it. And Bucky is disgraced.
Yeah,
he should be Captain America.
They wasted him.
He earned that shield
mm-hmm.
infinitely more than Sam Wilson did, and now he's reduced to a terrible haircut in a Suicide Squad ripoff. That's just gonna be trash.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's so disappointing.
With Florence Pugh.
Yep.
Right? She's gonna be
she's the main character.
And what's his name? Is
laughable, or Russian Captain
yeah.
America,
Right. Yep.
where he's just a joke the entire time.
Yeah.
It
I
looks
like
so
that
dumb.
actor, but it's a bad guy.
Sentry, who, if you don't know who Sentry is basically the Superman of Marvel, and he's in it, and he's a joke too.
Interesting.
So stupid. I hate Marvel.
Yeah. That sucks.
I think I hate it more than Star Wars. I think at
Oof.
this point, which is tough, but I think
Well, I don't know. I think
because
it's just been beaten down and dead for so long that it's like I almost like don't hate it like more anymore because it's just like, whatever. I expect bad.
yeah, I mean, like for me, it's like Star Wars was great growing up, so like I'll always have those fond memories of that, and it's always but Marvel really got me into really nerdy things, you know. The
Mhm.
MCU really kicked that off for me, so it's like just really sad how it's deteriorated to this way, and I think it is the wokest well, that Marvel and Doctor Who both take the cake. Doctor
Yeah.
Who is
Doc
probably the greatest fall of a franchise ever, just because
Yeah.
they rewrote everything about the origin of it.
But they always had like gay and lesbian
But it's
aspects
not
in it.
but it didn't like take away from the story. Now it's like we are rewriting the origin of Doctor Who to be
Mhm.
a little black girl is the first Doctor now, you know,
Mhm.
like just like things like that, or just embarrassing the Doctor, humiliating him, like all these different things. It is the worst destruction of a franchise, I think, out there.
Yeah. Well, when you introduce time travel, you can ruin a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all that is his thing. He travels everywhere in time
right.
and space.
Yeah. Star Trek, I'm sure it's really bad too, but I haven't heard as much about it. I just started watching the original series. It's fantastic.
Hmm.
I actually think it
Yeah.
might be better than Star Wars.
Really?
It's really, really good. The writing is insane. The characters are really good. It's great.
That's a bold statement.
It's Star Trek though.
Yeah.
It's Star Trek the original series. Came out first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it? 77 was Star Wars.
Let's see. When did Star Trek come out? 1966. I thought so. It looks pretty dated, but they remastered it, so it actually looks better than it used to. But yeah, so Star Trek was the OG sci-fi out there. So
Okay.
it's really good. If you ever have time, you should watch it. It's really, really good.
Add it to the list.
But that's one of the ones like you gotta watch that. Like, it is amazing, and it's some of the best nerdy stuff to ever exist, you know.
Yeah.
Plus just some of the best written stuff for television. One day I'll get to Doctor Who, the original Doctor Who, but that might take a while.
Yeah. That's a lot too.
Yeah.
There's a lot
But
there.
yeah, there is a lot more to that. But needless to say, Marvel makes me sad. And
Mhm.
this is gonna be terrible. I think this will be worse than African America. So, but it's gonna be hilarious watching him try to fight the Red Hulk. The non-super
Captain
soldier.
America. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So stupid.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be cringy. Thunderbolts is gonna be so bad.
Big, bold, beautiful journey.
Don't know what this is, but it's got Colin Farrell, so I might give it a shot.
Yeah.
And Margot Robbie. I like her, Margot Robbie. But it's probably a rom-com. I'll go see it with Gracie.
Yeah. There's
Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Dead Reckoning Part 2. Yeah.
I mean, you want it to be good.
I didn't like the last one that much.
I thought it was all right. I mean, all things considered, what came out that year. I mean, yeah, there's never really a ton of good stuff. So,
What is her name? Haley Atwell. She was definitely the best part of the last movie.
yeah.
I was really disappointed, I think, in his character the most. And the fact that they killed Elsa, that was pretty
Yeah,
lame.
that was lame. At the same time, though, I mean, the female characters never really lasted long throughout the movies. So her character did go for a while.
Yeah, but they never died. That's more a James Bond trope, I think.
Yeah.
But that's another thing I gotta watch is all the OG James Bond. I gotta watch Sean Connery. I gotta watch
Yeah.
what's his face? Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, I went back recently to watch those.
Is he British? I think he's American. That's kind of odd
Pierce Brosnan. That kind of sounds almost Canadian or something.
I don't know, but that would be weird because I thought I heard that, but I'm like, that's kind of odd because I thought you had to be British to be James Bond.
I don't know.
But anyways. Yeah, we'll see. This could be good. It's Tom Cruise. He made one of the best movies of the last decade, so
yeah. True.
That is a 10.
So it was interesting. I worked with a guy who was in the Air Force, and I asked him about Top Gun. I said, "Have you seen it?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "What do you think about it?" And he said, "He's like, there's some stuff that's like real, but there's some stuff that's like, okay, they're just trying to like make a good movie." But he was mostly talking about the jets, which was cool to hear him talk about that.
But they actually flew them. So
yeah.
that's at least brownie points.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think how American and patriotic it is makes up for all of that.
Right. Yeah.
I get so hyped watching that movie. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so this could be good. So far we got this and Mickey 17 are the only movies that might be good this year. Ballerina. I like Ana de Armas.
Yeah, I like her.
Ana de Armas. She's great.
Yeah, she's really cool. And honestly, it's in the John Wick universe, so I'm excited. Even it may suck, but
if it's anything like John Wick 4, it's gonna be trash, or at least not as good.
Not as good. Yeah. I wouldn't go as far to say it was trash because it's not really like you don't really watch it for the script, but
yeah. I just love it's kind of like Dark Souls. It's created its own like subgenre of action movies, the John Wick style of it's like once upon a time John Wick was original. Now it's like everything's John Wick.
Yeah. Just ridiculous gunfights.
Yeah. The last one was bad though. That was so
freaking stairs.
and he taking the freaking shotgun point blank. That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
It had its moments, but
don't care. Another gay Pixar movie. This one could be good. It could be really, really bad because How to Train Your Dragon is amazing. It is a great movie.
I don't even recognize either of those actors.
Yeah, I mean they're new, which is fine, I guess, because then you have oh look who decided to show up finally. I almost forgot you were coming.
I'm sorry, it was a little bit later. Bedtime drug on.
That's okay. We're talking about what's coming out this year, basically.
Okay. Have you seen that there's finish this topic, but then I've got some League of Legends news I wanted to see if you had seen yet. So
interesting. I haven't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so far we got a couple of good ones. Mickey 17 and
I mean we got
possibly Mission
Impossible. We got some crappy movies that we've talked
Thunderbolts.
about. This one looks pretty good.
Okay.
And we got
Nope.
Oh
Jack
gosh.
Black as Jack Black
Mm-hmm.
and Snow White.
Oh yeah.
We got.
I've heard good things about Sonic 3. I don't know if it talked about
I
it.
watched it. Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't really care too much about Sonic, but I liked it. We got Captain America.
I might go see that for my birthday with my wife.
What? Sonic?
Yeah, because there's nothing else in theaters that I would like to see.
Nosferatu. You got to go see Nosferatu.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that's.
It was so good. It was so good. I love
I'm
the
not.
best movie of last
Neither
year.
of us are horror.
It's not so much.
fans.
It's classic horror. It's not really like modern horror. It's better horror. It's good.
Okay. All
It
right.
had a really good story. I thought it was great.
I did. I read the Wikipedia article on it. It looks good.
Yeah. That's a movie worth paying money for today, and in these ridiculous prices that you pay at movies. That is great, and it's worth seeing in theaters too. Anyways, How to Train Your Dragon.
Garbage.
I mean, you recast what's her face here, as
Astrid.
Astrid. That's right. Yeah, Astrid as this chick, and it's like, okay,
Looks like the little sister of Zendaya or something.
yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to say about it yet in terms of, and I mean, there was a trailer. It didn't look horrible, I think, but I don't really know why this movie's happening because it's better animated anyways.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe. Is why does this movie even need to be made live action?
Yeah, it's like the line. It's like all the Disney live action movies. Lilo and Stitch is coming out. It's like why? But like even though it's live action, it's still CGI gobbledygook because the dragons still look like animated dragons from the movie, like ridiculous. Like they look exactly the same. So it's like, why are you doing this? Unless you're gonna make them Game of Thrones dragons.
In the words of Mr. Krabs, money.
Money. Honestly, if it was 10 years ago, they could have casted Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya in this movie.
I know, right? They kind of look like them, yeah. It's gonna be a flop.
Yep.
F1, if you're into racing movies, probably will be good. It's Brad Pitt.
Could be good, yeah. Wow, he's starting to get old.
Bullet Train was great. I love
Bullet
that
Train
movie.
was great.
That was good.
I don't understand the hate that movie gets.
I don't either. It's so
I didn't
good.
know that hate. I thought it was good.
It's not like the most well loved movie. Everyone's like, I'm tired of us I'm tired of us acting like Bullet Train isn't overrated. I'm like, it was an excellent movie.
It was great.
In a way, it kind of does
Aaron
follow.
Johnson's best movie.
Yeah, it kind of does follow that John Wick era too, in a way, but a better story.
Yeah, and like crazy Brad Pitt role like we've never seen before. Like that was cool just to see him play somebody different, you know?
And it had Bad Bunny in it. Come on.
Oh yeah. And samurai swords and it was awesome.
It was good. I think I watched it on a plane and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters when it came out. It was
should
good.
watch it on a bullet train.
There you go. Oh, here it is. Jurassic World Rebirth. With ScarJo, and I recognize
literally
that guy.
saw something with Jurassic World and Scarlet.
The guy from
I thought it was AI.
That's the guy from the Predator movie where they get taken to another planet. No, that's also what's his face from Spider-Man 3, isn't it? Venom?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the guy who plays Eddie Brock.
Yes.
No,
Eddie
that's
Brock.
Topher Grace. That's
Topher Grace. You're right.
No, yeah.
Sorry, he looks kind of like Topher Grace. I'm also looking on my phone, so.
I don't know if you guys remembered, but there were like a long time ago, before we were even really born, they wanted to take the Jurassic Park movies in a direction where they created hybrids, right? So there would be human dinosaur hybrids. And I think they're finally doing that.
That's weird.
Yes.
That's very weird.
Super weird concept.
It didn't work back then. It's not going to work now.
No.
Yikes.
So
what does that imply?
It's gonna get
Well,
weird.
But they're not having sex with them. I think
I
they're
know,
just
I know.
mixing the DNA.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
gotta, in order to fight the dinosaurs, you have to become the dinosaur.
I guess. How did the last Jurassic World even end? I don't
there's
remember.
dinosaurs all over the earth.
All over the
That's
world.
right. That's right.
Well, yeah, and they tried to create like this big national park for dinosaurs or something, and that, of course, failed because
So
every
Jurassic
park fails.
World, but
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
so Jurassic Park, they tried to recreate
Right.
it for like the 6th time.
The last two were horrible. And Jurassic World's not that great either, but
It's the best of the
Nostalgia-
3. It's the best
Nostalgia
of the
helped
3.
it a lot.
yeah. Running in high heels away from a T-Rex, give me a break.
And
Yeah.
the fact, the like really graphic death for, not like really graphic, but graphic
Oh.
death for the assistant lady.
Yes.
Like,
With
I
the-
don't even
come on,
remember
She's
that.
being pulled by the pterodactyl, and then they drop her in the water, and she's like, "Ah!" And then the thing kills her. It's like,
Oh yeah.
hey. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, this upsets me. Like, man,
I kind of thought it was funny. Honestly, I don't know why.
poor woman.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I guess there was a teaser for this, but I haven't watched it. So, oh, Superman. We talked about the trailer earlier, Zach. What did you? What were your thoughts on it?
It was a little busy.
Yeah.
A little busy. I don't mind his costume.
I thought it kind of.
I
At
don't
times,
hate the actor.
like we talked about, like it looked a little like a Halloween costume, where like it looked too big on him. You know.
Yeah, a
It
little
shouldn't.
bit, but
It shouldn't be that
yeah,
way.
no, I know. I mean, look, the problem is you're ultimately comparing him to Henry Cavill, which just isn't fair.
I do like the look of it though. Like,
Yes,
I love bringing back the
the
underwear,
trunks.
The red
Yes,
underwear.
yep.
I don't.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
this-
Like, I don't mind the
don't-
classic look of it.
I don't like the logo though, because that's the Kingdom Come logo. That's like what they did with Snyderverse, bringing the Dark Knight Returns suit for Batman, right?
Mm.
That's like end of Batman's story, not
Mhm.
beginning. And same with Kingdom Come. That's old man Superman logo.
Mm.
So, and there's so many implications to that logo from the comic book. So,
Or they don't realize that, and then that's just a slap in the face. To
I'm
comic
sure
book
they
fans.
do. I'm sure they do.
Oh, you
James
think
Gunn
they actually?
James Gunn reads comics, so
Okay,
he
so you
knows.
think he's trying to do something with that logo being
He
the logo he
purposefully
chose?
said this is the Kingdom Come. We really like the Kingdom Come logo.
Okay.
Like what?
Yeah.
Have you been watching the animated show?
Which one?
The Superman
The-
one? No.
No, not the Superman one.
Oh,
The
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos.
I was over at Tyler's house. We watched it for 5 minutes, and we both looked at each other, and we're like, and then Tyler just grabbed the remote and turned it off. And we're like, "Yep, that was the
Okay,
right thing to do."
fair enough.
It was horrible.
You watch it, Zach?
No.
Yeah.
What's it even on? HBO Max?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is awful.
No, I have no reason to watch it.
It is like Marvel humor turned up to max.
Oh gosh. I mean, that's James Gunn. You got to remember, James Gunn is the Marvel humor dude.
I know.
I will say,
You think they're so
David-
funny?
David Harbour, though, as Frankenstein is kind of funny.
Have you watched it, Nick?
I didn't
watched
really
about-
get
I
to the
watched, like,
Frankenstein
4
part.
episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Mm.
But it's because I like David Harbour. But
Yeah.
I hate David Harbour as a person, but
I like
Yeah.
him in stuff, though.
yeah.
Yeah. No, the trailer was fine. I mean, for a first trailer, I'm sure they tried to catch everyone's eye, but I almost feel like they tried to catch people's eyes too much. And it was a very, very, very busy trailer. And it makes me nervous for the movie because, in my mind, they're doing Justice League all over again, where they're introducing too many new characters
Yeah.
without doing their own solo movies like Marvel did. You cannot catch up to Marvel. You have to start like Marvel did with the building blocks.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this
and you
too,
can't
though.
do 2 Superman movies and a Batman movie and then magically like, okay, now we've established these 2 characters, we're good. Oh wait, but we also like swapped Batmans or Now we have Battinson verse, and it's a
Yeah, I mean,
mess.
we talked about that earlier. They're competing with themselves now with the Pattinson, the Matt Reeves Batman universe and the DCU now. And if this does well, it's very likely that they'll cancel Batman Part 2 and Penguin, which really sucks.
You see Colin Farrell won Best Actor?
Yes, he won Best Actor at the Golden Globes. That was very well earned.
Yep.
But yeah, Batman Part 2 got delayed to 2027. So, which means
I heard
Penguin Part
2026.
Nope,
That's
it's 2027 now.
Wow.
And Penguin season 2 will come out before it, which you didn't watch it though, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I mean there's Batman tease at the very end. And so it's like, how are you gonna do season 2 now without Batman?
Yeah, it was a stretch almost, I would say, to do the entire Penguin season without Batman. But
they did
worked.
It so well. Yeah,
it worked, but it could have been a stretch.
I kind of want to watch it again. It was, I loved it. It was so good. It was amazing. You gotta watch that, Zach.
Yeah, it's on my list.
But yeah, we'll see. Again, it's gonna be a year of the biggest we'll see year we've ever had, I think.
Yeah.
So,
because we're at a turning point of like stuff.
This too.
They're starting to like pull back on stuff, so it's like, okay, we got to turn back. We got to keep bringing that pendulum back.
Right. Is that Doctor Doom in the background with the spacesuit?
That's the Thing when he was a human.
Oh, gotcha.
Ben
Grimm.
Yeah, Ben Grimm. So 3 Marvel movies coming out this year.
That's all within the Marvel movies.
First half of the year.
First 7 months.
Yeah. This will probably be the best one out of the 3. But you still got Pedro, Pansy Pascal here. I really love the actress for Sue Storm. She's great. I love the actor for Johnny Storm. He's fantastic. They're bringing in freaking oh my gosh,
Robert Downey Jr.
No. Oh my gosh, what am I blanking? The big purple dude.
Grimace.
Galactus.
Yes, no, Galactus. Galactus, duh. Yeah, they're bringing in Galactus, so that could be really good. Maybe, I don't know. The only thing is Silver Surfer's a woman, which I love Silver Surfer. He's one of the greatest Marvel characters. He's awesome. And so that's gonna be terrible. This is gonna be probably worse than Deadpool and Wolverine, but maybe slightly better than the other garbage. So I don't know. We'll see. I love how they're talking again about quality versus quantity, and we got 3 Marvel movies here and more shows coming out.
Yeah.
Freakier Friday. This is exactly what I wanted this year.
What?
A sequel to Freaky Friday. Cool. No. Tron Ares.
See, this is one of those movies like Pacific Rim. It's objectively,
I love Tron Legacy.
Maybe not good, but so enjoyable.
I love
to watch.
Legacy. Soundtrack is amazing. Yeah. It's so good.
I mean, it's Daft Punk, so how do you mess that up?
But I love Tron Legacy. Unapologetically love it.
Yeah.
I was so sad. I feel like Tron Legacy was one of the first movies I remember as a kid where I'm like, why don't we ever get a sequel for this? Like, I actually cared about getting a sequel for it.
Right.
And now you get too many sequels.
Yes. Things we don't ask for. Or remix.
Like Freakier Friday.
Like, we need a sequel to Judge Dredd. Like, when are we getting a Judge Dredd sequel?
See, that one I'm like, it's too late at this point.
It probably.
But yes, that would have been awesome. Dredd is
that movie
one
is
of the best
fantastic.
movies ever. Definitely one of the best comic book movies for sure.
Yeah. Yep. They did a great job.
Yeah. You ever seen Sin City?
Yes.
That
A
is
long time ago.
probably top 5 best comic book
Who's
movies.
the main
ever made.
character? Who's the actor again?
Well, there's not really a main character. There's lots of, because it's kind of more anthology
Oh,
series
that's true.
stories. Technically, the main character is the guy. I always forget the actor's name, but he plays Whiplash from Iron Man 2.
Mickey Rourke.
Yes, he's technically the main character from the comic books. So his character is. But yeah, I mean, you got
Bruce Willis,
Bruce
Jessica
Willis,
Alba,
Jessica
Bruce
Alba.
Willis. That's who I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Rosario
Jessica
Dawson.
Alba, Rosario Dawson. You got Elijah Wood being the creepiest person ever. Elijah Wood. Yeah, sorry. I got whiskey on my mind, I guess. Elijah Wood. Yes, that movie's great. The second one's not as good, but still pretty good. That is like probably the most faithful comic book adaptation ever made, though. Like shot for shot from the panels, comic panels.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that's like Dread for me. Those are both great movies. Anyways, Tron Ares, yeah. It's Disney still though, so who knows?
Hopefully entertaining at least.
It's gonna be a lot of CGI crap. Jared Leto is the star though. Yay. Black Phone 2. This is for horror fans.
Oh, never saw that.
I really like the first one actually. It's pretty good. So who knows? That's the dude from Saving Private Ryan. And he plays what's his face from God of War? Balder. He's Balder in God of War. Predator Badlands. It's
Why did we need this?
Little House on the Prairie meets Predator.
Is that's another Alien Predator, Mick?
Yeah, it is. I think that's just the picture here, but Nerdraddick called it Little Predator on the Prairie. Yeah, this is gonna be probably mediocre at best, and probably a similar quality to Prey. But it's gonna be the Prairie, the Badlands.
Oh,
with the
It
female
is going to
girl
be,
boss fighting a predator. Look, Schwarzenegger had a tough time by himself, so you can't convince me that this girl is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Wicked Part 2. I actually heard it was pretty good. I don't really care about it, but I did hear it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Liz liked it. She said that it wasn't woke or anything. She actually said Glinda or Elphaba was better than Glinda because you could tell she was actually Broadway trained.
Yeah.
Right. So like when she's singing the Broadway songs, she sang them like a Broadway performer, whereas Ariana Grande sang them like a pop singer.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard she's actually a really good actress. She's just a terrible person.
Yes.
Love this screenshot though of Ariana Grande.
They did her dirty there.
So yeah, there's that. Zootopia 2, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever, but that was one of the better new animated movies I think that came out.
Yeah. That was a while ago though. That was 2017.
Yeah.
Oops. And rounding out, I think this is the last one. Avatar: Fire and Ash. Another billion-dollar movie that everybody will forget as soon as they walk out of the theater.
Just like the first one.
Yeah, and the second one. I don't really remember anything about the second one other than
I never went to see the second one.
Just where they're holding their breath for forever.
It was like a demo that you get when you get a new TV or something, and you're just trying to see how good the TV is. That's what it was. I think it's so funny though that they're following Avatar: The Last Airbender here with the first one's water, then no, sorry.
air.
First one is air, then water, then fire, and now earth is going to be the next one. Although if you wanted to do it right, fire should be the last one, but whatever.
They changed it up
Water
so they
should have
didn't
been
get
first.
copyright struck.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, this is coming out. They're gonna move to another island that's fire, and there's gonna be red avatars,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have horns or something.
Long tails, pitchforks.
Yeah.
Timothy
Another Timothy Chalamet playing a historical figure, I guess.
Wait, that's not the Bob. Yeah, no, that's not Bob Dylan.
That is definitely not Bob Dylan. I heard that actually was a good movie, though. I do want to see it. A Complete Unknown. I'm not a huge Bob Dylan fan, but I heard it was still pretty good. Marty Supreme. So what is it about? Marty Reisman? Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, ping pong player.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Tyler, the Creator's in it? What? Okay.
Interesting.
I guess there's one more. The Housemaid. Well, it's Sydney Sweeney. We're definitely gonna go see that.
Gotta go see it.
And that's it. Okay. Yep. Lots to anticipate this year for movies. TV shows, probably less so. We got okay, that's a random one. I'll kind of go through this quickly. Severance, I guess. This is getting a season 2 if you like that. Don't know what that is. Don't know. Saturday Night. Okay. Reacher is getting season 3.
That guy.
I stopped watching season 2 once he let his political views known.
Yeah.
Yes. Disappointing. Yeah, he was he could have been like the best Captain America, like he would have been awesome. And
well, at least he would follow in Chris Evans' footsteps then, I guess.
Yeah.
Having trash political views.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Chris Evans was still a good Captain America.
Yes.
Despite being a terrible actor, he was still pretty good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't really care. Another Netflix show. 1923, I believe this. Oh, this is season 2. Yeah, okay. It's a bunch of random shows. Andor season 2. April 22nd, Disney Plus. Probably still won't watch it.
I don't know why they need to do. Well, I don't know why they needed a season 1, but why do you need a season 2? It's like,
did you watch it all?
I only got about halfway through, but It's like, I don't know. It just seems like you don't need this. But
yeah. I mean, whatever.
Again, money.
Okay, but it's pointless because Disney Plus makes no money. So
yeah, no, I think
they have. I think they said they were finally going to break even now.
They're laundering money,
but only because of the bundles with Hulu and Max. So it's not even Disney Plus on its own.
Which, how do they even bundle with Max? How does that work?
Some licensing deal, I guess. But yeah, whatever. Who cares? I don't like Rogue One. So
trash take.
Whatever. Squid Game season 2 part 2. So yeah, we talked about this earlier. I guess it technically is season 3. I don't really know, but yeah, I didn't finish. I'll try to finish it soon, but I guess it left on a huge cliffhanger. So the rest of the season is going to come out this year sometime. Still don't know why they did that. I think that's stupid.
By the time I get through season 1 and the first half of season 2, hopefully the second half of season 2 will be out.
I guess so. Last of Us Part 2, season 2, I guess, but AKA Part 2. So the second game. Gonna get a lot of gay stuff in this
What
season.
did 28 Years Later not come out this year? That comes out in 2026.
28 years later comes out this year.
Oh, did y'all discuss that while I was gone?
No,
Or was that not on that list?
Oh, I
Guess
guess it wasn't
didn't-
on that list.
didn't
Yeah,
I
make
guess
that
it.
actually looked
Deadline
good.
doesn't like good movies.
I guess not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
trailer looked excellent.
That is coming out this year.
I
Yeah,
need to rewatch
I
28,
forgot. Yeah, that's like the movie
28
I'm
hours.
most.
What's the first one? It's hours. No, it's days,
Yeah,
weeks,
28
year.
days, 28 weeks.
I need to
is-
rewatch 28 Days and watch
Mm.
28 Weeks Later.
Never
I
seen
just watched 28 Days Later recently.
Dude, that one
It's great.
is scary. Like all the night scenes in Alaska. Whew. That's that one, right? Or no, that's a
Oh,
different zombie
that must
movie.
be this. That must be a different one because that's not in. Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's not in that
No,
one.
what's the zombie
It's in
movie
London.
that's set in Alaska?
It's in
it.
London.
Alaska.
There's a zombie movie set in Alaska.
I don't
I
know.
have no
You can
idea.
continue while I search this.
Anyways, yeah, 28 years later, that'll probably be the best movie of the year, most likely. Yeah, Last of Us Part 2 gonna be gay for sure.
30 Days of Night. Dude,
Hmm.
that is a scary one because basically the zombie outbreak happens right before Alaska hits its whole month of night, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah,
extended nighttime, so it's always night. Like, dude.
Winter's
That would
coming.
suck.
Yes.
Glenn Powell with a giant nose.
Yeah.
Chad
Basically,
Powers.
anything that happens in Alaska could be bad.
Yep.
Like that Gray movie with what's his name and the wolves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Wanted,
a
whatever.
football movie.
I have a very specific set of skills.
Alien
Earth.
Earth. It is owned by Disney FX, so it's going to be a Disney show here, Disney produced show here. So if it's anything like Alien Romulus, you can count on it being one of the worst things ever made. I don't know. It might be okay. It's I mean, Shogun was FX and that was amazing, I've heard. So I don't know. Maybe it will be good. I think it's basically, I mean, it's aliens coming to Earth, but I don't know. Yeah, they crash land on Earth, young woman. Of course, it's a young woman. And a ragtag group of tactical soldiers made out of Gen Zs make a fateful discovery that puts them face to face with the planet's greatest threat.
I mean,
Between this series and Alien Romulus, life is good now if you're an Alien fan. Dude, okay. Yeah, this is going to be horrible.
thanks for the tip.
Alien Romulus was not a good movie. Stranger Things 5 is coming out. I bet it'll be good.
Hopefully.
If it's anything like 4.
4 was really good.
Yep. Eddie is coming back as a ghost or something like that, or a vampire.
That'd be awesome.
That would be really cool. Oh yes, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I am very hyped for this. This is one of George R. R. Martin's best. Like a lot of people say this is his best work he's ever written. So, and it's getting a show on HBO. How many more Game of Thrones verse series will HBO deliver before George R. R. Martin even mumbles a release date for Wins a Winner? All of them. Yeah. So this will be good, I think. If it's anything like House of the Dragon, we're in for another good show. Another random one. The Bear.
Oh, that's a good show. That
Season
actually
3?
is really good.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good.
A lot of swearing, but it's like really like the just Chicago Italians just.
I saw that one scene where they get in a fight over the dinner table and then the car crashes into the living room.
Yeah,
and they just beat the shit out of each other.
the mom who is that actress? She She plays.
Was it John Bernthal? Right, John Bernthal's in it.
Yes, John
Yes.
Bernthal.
And he just gets pissed and he like throws the fork and yeah.
It's such a messed up family, but it's such a good show and good character development. Like the main character's cousin is just in total a-hole, and you just see such a good, like an awesome transformation of his character over the 2 seasons, and it's really good.
Did you ever see the Iron Claw?
No.
I have not watched it yet. I still need to.
So good. But he's in it. He's one of the brothers.
We should have watched it over Thanksgiving.
True. That is a good movie. It's great. Yeah, I've heard The Bear's good. That's just maybe I'll watch it eventually here, but don't care. Another HBO show. Oh, that's Nathan Fielder, so that's he's funny. He's hilarious. Welcome to Derry, a It show on HBO. Bill Skarsgård is currently terrifying as Count Orlok. Yep. He hasn't forgotten that he'll return as Pennywise in a prequel. So that's cool.
Interesting.
It's HBO. It's promising. We'll see. Black Mirror is getting a new season.
Hey, finally.
Did I? I
Not
don't know
that
if
the last
ever
season was
finished.
Yeah, last season was
bad.
awful. Yeah.
Oh, good. They're going to have a sequel to the USS Callister episode, though. That's exciting.
Oh, yes.
That episode was
forgot what happened.
Yeah.
What did happen with that?
The creepy dude ended up he got trapped in a spaceship in the middle of space.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Aquafina's going to be in it.
I don't even know who that is.
Marvel Katie. Marvel's Katie from Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah.
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones and Paul Giamatti, too.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, is that a Yellowstone?
I guess that's it.
Is that a Yellowstone? Same universe as Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
I actually really want to watch Yellowstone. I've heard good things about it.
The Landman is what everyone's talking about right now.
A lot of people are liking the Landman, yeah.
Yeah. You're doing games now.
Go ahead.
This ties into games. All right, go to YouTube and go to League of Legends page on YouTube.
Oops.
Not Amazon.
It was right next to it, for goodness sake. Okay.
League of Legends. Go to their main page. Yep, that. Click on that. Welcome to Noxus. Right there. So this is their cinematic for this season.
I gotta reshare. Hold on.
Okay.
Share.
It just dropped today.
Come on. There we go. Are we getting a hit for this? Is there music?
There is a song.
Okay.
It seeks the fearless and defiant, calling them here to answer one simple question. Are you strong enough?
I'm probably gotta pause it.
Okay. That is
that
why can't we react to it? That's so weird.
I don't. It's most of the music. It's like you're not paying a licensing fee for it, so
okay. That is the chick from Arcane, yes.
Okay.
She's Noxian, if you remember.
Yeah. Okay.
You can even you can just mute it because there's the subtitles. The song is good. You should go listen to the song.
That is her. Okay.
Yeah, you should go listen to the song, but you don't need it for the trailer.
Yeah.
The song's a little weird because it's talking about biting and leaving bite marks, but we'll just so that's Trundle, and this is Darius, and then the troll is Trundle. So those are both champions, playable champions.
Okay.
Trundle is from like the Frozen.
He looks like He looks like what's his face from Arcane.
Yes, everyone's trying to figure out if maybe they're brothers. Darius does have a brother, Draven, but everyone, I always thought maybe that other guy also was a brother. So also this
similar
is
weapons.
similar weapons, and this is when Darius is young. So this is like before. Well, I guess it depends. We don't really know where Arcane took place in the like timeline, we'll call it. So this is technically younger than Darius is in the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So I guess Arcane had to have been before like a lot of the. Oh, so that's Black Rose. There's a rose right there. If you remember Black Rose.
So this is a continuation of Arcane season 2.
This is technically just a hype trailer for the new season that starts for the game, but yes, there is a continuation at the end. It's like an after credit scene. So this is Katarina, which I think I've mentioned before. She's like an assassin player from Noxus. Uh-oh, we just lost everything. No.
Sorry about that.
I thought we got nuked. Yes, I can hear you. I thought we got nuked.
Nope. Something happened. It just dropped out for a second. I think we're good though.
All right. So yeah, Katarina, assassin, and that's Elise. She is a half spider, half woman.
Oh.
Dude, this is just so awesome. His axe is freezing. He's like, I'm going to go hand-to-hand combat with a giant troll with a club. That sounds like a good plan. Darius is a badass, though, so.
Yeah.
But he is Noxian, who are usually the bad guys. So there's no music during this part. So it's like you got the music, and then it just cuts out for this fight scene, and it's just them like fighting. It's just an incredibly well done trailer.
Yeah.
Breaks his axe. This is Melisandre, right? I think that's it. I think that's her name.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know what this represents, this archway, but it must be like the entrance to the Noxian land or something. Katarina fighting Elise spiders. I don't know who that dude is. So where she sticks her blade in the ground, that's one of her abilities. It's like a blink ability. She'll throw one of her blades up in the air, and then she can blink to it for free. Otherwise, you can blink to anything else, but it has a cooldown, so that's like a cool little game mechanic there.
Yeah.
She hasn't been released in the game yet, so we don't know what her like abilities are going to be in the game.
But she's going to be a champion,
She will be a champion, yeah.
Yeah.
See, now Elise is a big old spider.
Lovely.
I don't know what's happening with Darius. But the trolls are like, all right, yeah, you beat our king, so. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I just saw a vision. So as soon as the League of Legends or the Riot logo comes up, you can bring the sound back up because there's a little cutscene here at the end. That does seem to be a continuation of Arcane. So it seems like it's confirming where the story should go. Yeah. So this is LeBlanc.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. You guys talked about her.
And that's Vladimir. Vladimir, he's a vampire.
Focus on the opportunity that's
cool.
washed up on our shores.
Unforeseen turns are simply part of any path.
Yes, but that, darling, is a step too far. Even for us.
I don't know if this is copyrighted, so
Piltover was a lesson.
See, Piltover.
There you go.
Calamity
Yep.
is all.
Wait, what's Piltover again?
That's
just
where
the
Arcane
town?
took place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Always approaching. In some moments, its arrival is more imminent than others. Our next move.
So this could be pulled directly from the show, actually, from whatever new shows.
Maybe,
coming up.
yeah. The animation style is a little bit different, a little bit rougher, but yeah, they could be pulling directly from it.
Yeah.
Must be bolder.
So yeah, so she's talking about. Okay, pause it right here. So that symbol, if I had to guess, is Aatrox's sword. So there's a race of characters called the Darken, which is basically souls infused into weapons. They're like demon souls. So Aatrox has a sword. There's a bow that's a Darken weapon. There is. What are the other Darken weapons? I think there's like 4 of them in the game. So, and they're all weapons. So that's either Aatrox or it's a broken blade, which would be Riven. Because I'm people are guessing it might be Darken because of that eyeball looking thing right above or below the hilt, basically on the blade. So that's either an eyeball, which means it's probably a darkened blade because it's a soul in the in the weapon, or it's broken blade, which is Riven. So it's then talking about the Ionian invasion, which Tyler and I have talked about before, because Noxus invades Ionia. So there's a couple ways they could go with it. So yeah, you can press play. I think that's pretty much the end of it, though. Yep. So super hyped for that. Definitely go back and watch it when you're not streaming because the song is pretty cool and does add to the trailer. So
nice.
Yeah, dude, they crush their cinematics. It's fantastic. Okay, you're on video games coming out this year.
Yes, so we'll go through this. All right, so I kind of have 2 lists here because one kind of shows more than the other, but they're both terrible sources. Polygon and IGN are favorite sources here. So we'll go through these really quick. Not much going on in January, February. Oh, we got our favorite Assassin's Creed Shadows, the new diverse Assassin's Creed game coming out. So then, I mean, just a bunch of random games. I heard Monster Hunter Wilds will be pretty good. At least there's a lot of hype for it. If you like the Monster Hunters games, Tales of the Shire, that's like the kind of like farming Hobbit game. I think that's coming out. Probably will be crap. It's probably gonna be as bad as well, I don't know. I've heard good things about the Moria game, so maybe it'll be decent. April. Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out this year. Grant GTA 6. Metal Gear, a new Metal Gear game. Ghost of Yachty, which is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. Who knows? It could be good. I think it might be. And then Death Stranding is getting a second game. It's called On the Beach, which is a bizarre. I've heard a lot of people like the first one. It's a weird game. You're basically a glorified postal worker.
Yeah.
And this one's on a beach, I guess. So who knows what that's going to be about. Fable. We're going to get our next Dragon Age Veilguard here, or Concord, or whatever. This, I don't even know, to be honest, if this is a woman or a man, but it looks like a man, and it's dressed in a woman's clothes. But all I'm sure that Sweet Baby Inc. had a huge role in this game. I almost guarantee it. And everyone's so hyped for it. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be horrible. Another Doom game, and there's gonna be a Marvel game. I don't know who's making it, but Marvel games typically don't do well.
Marvel Rivals would like to break that streak. That game is insanely popular right now.
100%. But that's
I'm watching it, and I don't like Overwatch. I can't stand Overwatch, but I like Marvel Rivals.
I played a bit of it. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy game was trash.
Yes,
The Avengers
yeah.
game was trash. So,
Mhm.
Borderlands 4 is coming out.
Woo!
Dune Awakening.
Excited about that.
I am very excited. This is probably the one game I'm excited about this year's Elden Ring Night Rain. It is, and we've talked about it before, but it's a co-op.
Is
Elden
it? It's
Ring
not
game.
It's not an expansion. It's a
It's a
brand
new
game.
game altogether.
Okay.
Takes place in the same universe, but it's a multiplayer co-op. It's a survival game. It's to survive 24 nights, and every third night there's a new main boss. And you don't die. You basically you have to. It's a survival game, so you help each other. You what's the word I'm looking for? Revive each other.
Respawn. Yeah.
No, you don't respawn. You basically have like a shield that they have to break off of you to bring you back.
Mm.
But I don't know. It might be good. It might be bad. I'm gonna play it regardless. That, and I'm gonna be playing Path of Exile 2 when that finally releases full. Yeah. Outer Worlds 2 is coming out. Arc 2 might be coming out this year. We don't know yet.
My hype has died for it, but I would
it's gonna
still
be
try to play it.
I actually was more interested when I found out that it's a Souls-like game. I was like,
Interesting.
Okay, interesting. It's going to be very different from the.
What did you think of that Outer Worlds episode on that? What's that
Oh,
Paramount?
I thought it was horrible.
It was very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, it was terrible. That just went downhill so fast.
Oh, the last episode was garbage with the
Oh my
Helldivers.
Kratos, like the most disappointing thing ever. I wanted a God of War episode.
Yep.
Not that crap. So this is a little more official. Donkey Kong. Okay, whatever. Don't care. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Heard that might be okay. There's Assassin's Creed Shadows on Valentine's Day. Let's see if there's anything I missed. Tales of the Shire. That's what that's gonna look like. It's gonna be a kid game probably.
Yeah.
A kiddie game. What else is there? Grand GTA 6. That'll probably be pretty big. Does that look that looks like Echo from League.
That does look like Echo.
It does, yeah.
Oh yeah, Riot Games. It's a League of Legends fighting game.
Wait, scroll back up. Oh, that's Echo. So you from top left is Ari, Echo. Then the other one top is Yasuo and what's her name? Ilaoi. Yep, those are all League of Legends characters.
There you go.
Interesting.
Borderlands 4 again.
4.
The diverse Borderlands.
No, it'll be fine.
Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Looks like a movie.
Is that what's his name?
Yes.
Norman Remus, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Reedus or Remus?
Reedus.
Yeah. New Doom game. There's the Dune Awakening game. I saw some gameplay for this. I don't know. It's just not my type of game. It looks very boring to me, to be honest. But I don't think the Dune world is interesting enough to make a game out of it, personally. Ghost
I
Yeti.
still haven't seen the second Dune. I really need to. I know that it's not going to be nearly as impressive on my TV as it was in the theaters, but I still need to see it.
It was pretty impressive in theaters, but it was fine. It was one of the better movies of the year, but there wasn't much competition. So
yeah.
Ghost Yeti. I hope it's not a girl boss rendition of Ghost of Tsushima, but it looks cool. Looks really cool. There's Elden Ring Night Rain. Still no release date for that. There's Fable. What does it mean to be a hero? That is entirely up to you. Rise of the Hydra, that's the game. Yeah, I think this is mostly the same. So not a lot coming out as far as games. Really not a lot of anything coming out, to be honest. A lot of Marvel crap, and that's about it. Marathon, Terminator's getting a game. Metal Gear. Yeah, that's it. So, there it is. The most anticipated games, movies, and shows of 2025. And it's going to be probably very similar to last year, but maybe a few good ones here and there.
Maybe 2026 will be better.
Maybe. At least we got MAGA. So, but yeah. So
And the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of America
I love
and the United States of North America.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Part 2.
So yeah, that's it. I'm going to be working on Warhammer stuff this week probably, and
Fun.
finishing up Squid Game season 2, and I think I got some things coming out. I don't want to speak too soon, but I have a new channel that I'm working on right now, and I have a video, an actual YouTube video that's going to be I'm working on. I got the script, the first draft of the script done, so I got to rework some of that, and then I got to record it. But I got an editor, so it's actually happening, and hopefully I'll get it out. But I think I'm going to be streaming Bloodborne this Thursday night, potentially a little later on.
Very fun.
So yeah, if you're interested, I'll put the channel in the Discord. So or on our Twitter as well. If you follow me on X or on Talking Nerds, I'll put it up there. But the channel is called Biggie Reviews, at Biggie Reviews, on YouTube and Twitch. I will have it on Twitch too. But yeah, so come check out Bloodborne. I'm very excited. I finally get to play it. And expect something soon. I don't know how soon, but something. We'll see. I bet when I start recording, it's going to be trash, and I'm going to have to redo it a billion times, but we'll see. Go easy on me. It's my first video. But yeah, so we're doing that. We're doing some more. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff this year for Talking Nerds. We're introducing a movie nights thing in Discord. So every once in a while, probably once a month at the most, we're going to do movie night with everybody. So coming into Discord, go to the you can see the movie showings channel. That's what we'll tell you what the movie is, and then we'll watch it in the voice channel there. And yeah, some new clips. I got an editor, so I'm gonna have some Talking Nerds clips coming out for you guys.
Nice.
So that should be happening this year. We'll see. And
there you go.
And bonus, never before seen Talking Nerds review of Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2 will finally be releasing to you.
Why did it take so long for us to release that?
Because I'm terrible at editing and I just haven't gotten it done. So
Gotcha. Oh, that's right, because we watched those. Yeah.
Yes. We did not do that live. So but those exist
I forgot about that.
And a few other things that we probably will never release, but that's okay. We did try to do a movie on Halloween, but it didn't work out because the audio got all screwed up, or the file got corrupted basically. So that sucked. But hey, that's okay. We're getting better at stuff here. But anyway, so we'll be back next Tuesday. Hopefully Bluey is better by then. And Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and welcome to 2025. The Lord of our year. The year of our Lord and Donald Trump.
There you go.
So
wow, yesterday was happy election
happy
certification
January
day.
6th. Canada got a good present though, so
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Good for them.
well, January 6th was the anniversary of the double doink field goal attempt for the Bears. And
So many fond
with
memories.
Cody Parkey hit the field goal that would have beat the Eagles, but it hit
Oh,
off the upright twice.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Oof.
Someone commented on Twitter. They're like, not joking. This is the worst thing that's ever happened on January 6th in the history of forever. And, like, very obviously cracking a joke about January 6th, 2020.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
But yeah, so thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys later.